Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. Arsenal 3, Nottingham Forest nil. Um, it's raining, man. But I love you guys. That's why I'm doing this. So don't be fooled by the sun. But yeah, welcome back, I suppose. First coach's corner of the season. And yeah, this is a game that I've been looking forward to the whole week. I've literally been like, just every day I wake up, I'm like, okay, one more day, because it's my personal first home game of the season. And yeah, I wasn't disappointed, to be honest. So I suppose we'll get into it now. Our front three, first time that they played together ever. These three players were not at the club last season, so I was really excited to see that, but also wasn't too bothered if we wouldn't see any sort of synergy or any sort of, chemistry there. But I was really excited with that. Mosquera obviously getting his first actual official start, and his home debut as well. Yeah, just, and then obviously Zubimendi obviously still bedding in as well. So we had 5 players into our first 11, and for periods I want to say initially I thought it looked a little bit that way, but then I suppose, to be honest, there's only one winner today. So let's get into what I liked in the first half. Our midfield three, it was quite staggered, which is what I want to see. They're all trying to receive it, in different lines, and also trying to obviously disrupt, Forest. We'll call it a press, if you want to call it that. And yeah, I don't think Forest could live with us. I suppose I felt a little bit of nerves initially, just because I think, you don't know how these games are going to go. These early kickoffs, the first one after international break, you just don't know what condition players are going to be in. Declan Rice being on the bench as well. You just never know. And if he's not starting, then to me, in my mind, it's usually because of something, I want to say. But I'm just hoping we're learning to manage our players better now. But even then, I think the rhythm of the game was quite good. Mosquera, let's talk about him. You guys fill in the blanks for me. He was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and he didn't really look nervous. I think at Anfield, obviously it's Anfield, he started a little bit nervous, but today he took charge. We've spoken about before our first pass out from the back, and he was our primary distributor from the back today. And I think Forest didn't really expect that. That's why they kept on letting him have the ball, but he was cutting through them very easily. I'm curious to see his progressive passes for this game, because he was really impressed with the ball. But then what he did off it as well, so mature, positioning wise, it was great. He's so rapid. So when he's making recoveries, it's never panicked. Time where his tackles was great. Yeah, I was really happy with him. But yeah, I think genuinely speaking, looking at the balance of what we do in midfield. Odegaard coming off last season would have been a complete disaster, but I think there's more comfort in the fact knowing that all three of our midfielders, regardless of who we put out there, maybe Norgard is an exception, should all be comfortable one way or the other in all three phases. Maybe not excel completely, but they should all be able to do something in the first phase, second phase, and third phase kind of thing. And I think Odegaard coming off and Ranieri coming on is Ranieri's. It's the work he's done, basically. He's come on, and I think there was no difference there. He was really quite mature, distributing from deep, pulling players away from him, liberating players as well. I think a lot of what Calafiori does as well helps our midfield, because they don't really know where to pick him up when we have the ball. So he's essentially an extra midfielder. Some people say that we play with 10 midfielders, if you like. He's an extra midfielder in there. And again, our difference makers are liberated a little bit more, getting an extra half yard to do something, because of all three of our midfielders being able to just pop in and just, at any given time, someone's the number 10 or someone's the 6. Do you know what I mean? Even though it's very, very clear that Zubimendi is our deep midfielder, he's very comfortable going forward as well. And let's talk about that goal. Actually, no, let's not actually first. That goal came about from a corner, which Madueke won, if I remember correctly, because Madueke was absolutely frying his man. Love and light to Neco Williams, but yeah, you were completely fried today. You're done, honestly. And it's not your fault. Madueke was just in a very, very, very devilish mood. And I'll be looking at SofaScore to check, what their take-ons completed. But to my count, I think I counted 7. At the time when I stopped counting, but he was going past him at will. When they doubled up, he was going past him as well. And I think it speaks to the confidence that our players have in these players now to essentially get the ball to these guys and just make sure that they know that they can make the difference. And on the other side, you've got Eze, who, you know, his first touch of the ball was to essentially feint his man and beat him. And then every time he got the ball, he was literally drawing players to himself and getting out of these tight situations. It's so refreshing to have wide men that can beat their men consistently, and you just know that the ball is going to, they're not going to lose the ball basically. But a little bit more on Madueke. I'm just really pleased with him, genuinely, because the bullshit of the hashtag, you know, a bit of pressure on him, £50 million signing, you know, he's essentially deputising for our best player. And you wouldn't have known that. He was essentially our best player today. I don't think there's even him and Mascara obviously, but there was no doubt in my mind he was our best player today. But yeah, Zubimendi, his goal, his volley, technique, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It was out of this world. I was literally shocked like this for about a good 30 seconds after the goal went in. I just didn't know what to say. So yeah, that was fantastic. But Gyökeres, he scored from his first shot, guys. He scored from his first shot, and that pleases me very much. That he's still alive, basically. Like he no matter how bad he might be playing, whatever, he's always there for the chance. I don't think he got a shot off in the first half. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember. I think he might have had a blocked one coming in from the left, but he got his first chance of the game and he scored. That's what you want from your striker. You know, not Madueke, Eze making a run in behind, first time ball across, and it comes again from what, guys? A forward run. A lot of our chances today, it's just forward runs, committing players. If the ball doesn't get there, recycle, go again, make the forward run again. Just commit, guys, and we'll create a lot more chances like that. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Zubimendi getting another goal from a header. I think they might take that away from him, I don't know. But again, it was just the players being patient, and again, him making a forward run again. And it was a constant theme, you know. Like a lot of our chances that we did create, there was a gap to be filled by one of our players, and they took a chance and they got the ball in that space because our players are playing with a little bit more fearlessness and a little bit more directness. The switches of play were happening from our midfielders, but also our fullbacks as well. Yeah, just all round good stuff, man. A word on Arteta as well. I think there's a recognition here that he knows what he wants from his team. Maybe not from his first temp, but he knows what sort of qualities he wants from his team. And he's leaning into that with the selection here, and he's leaning into who he wants to finish the game as well, who's got the mileage now, and who needs to come off and who needs to come on and get their mileage in as well. And overall, just good game management from him. So I'm really, really pleased about that. But yeah, I've been first coach corner of the season. We'll be back City, I want to say. Yeah, let's call it City. And yeah, I've been coach. Take it easy, guys. Peace.